Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from TheShrinkingPastor.com.
And together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, boy.
Thanks. You too.
And good morning to you. You're going to smoke that cigar.
I'm going to continue smoking the cigar
going.
from last week.
I'm going to light something up. I've got some.
It has kept pretty well.
I have got some Lane Bulk RLP6 that was calling to me, and I'm going to smoke it. And I guess I'm going to smoke it in a pipe you can't have. This is a Cankin custom design corn cob pipe that I purchased from a gentleman on Instagram. We can put some information down in the description if you're interested in learning about these. How are you doing, boy?
I'm doing very well. We have mentioned in the last couple weeks that life is crazy. It continues to be. You're moving. I'm preparing to move.
Am I moving?
We're moving my wife's grandparents from Kentucky to North Carolina to get their house sold. They've entered into a nursing home facility, assisted living facility in North Carolina, which is great. They're close to the family, but now figuring out what to do with all their stuff and getting their house sold is another task. And so it's things are crazy. We're keeping busy.
Yeah,
but in a good way, generally speaking. It's all exciting stuff. It's just exhausting.
While I'm messing with this, why don't you talk about Tobacco Advent again?
Sure.
Quickly.
Sure.
Don't rush off. We're moving on to more interesting things here in a sec.
Sure. So Tobacco Advent is our yearly countdown or count up to Christmas, depending on how you look at it, where for the 24 days leading up to and on Christmas Day, we smoke a different tobacco every day. It's the videos are shorter, usually less than 10 minutes long. We're smoking in the commemorative, actually this is not commemorative, in the Morgan Nose Warmer, Naked. And many of the tobaccos have been sent in from viewers like you. If you have an interesting tobacco that you'd like to see us smoke, there's still time to get it in before the end of Tobacco Advent.
If they're watching and they've never sent us tobacco, then they wouldn't be the kind of viewers that send us tobacco. No. It's only if you've sent us a tobacco would you be a viewer like you.
Well, you could not a viewer like them yet.
You could be a viewer like you.
Yeah. And so check those out. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll see them every day this month. And but then during this time, we also do our regularly scheduled Markwood Men's Breakfast Club videos Wednesday mornings. Wednesday-ish mornings.
All right. So speaking of that, got me a YABO. We got me a YABO. We got me a YABO. Hey. What's YABO? Well, here in the YouTube pipe community, it's just customary to refer to package openings, box openings, as YABOs. Yet another box opening. Even if your YABO is your first YABO, still be a YABO. Oh, that was lame.
Yeah, you gotta give it.
Okay, then why don't I just open it then?
Well, that's fine. You can do that. Why don't you give it just a little bit?
All right, this YABO was sent to me from a gentleman named Eric Kelly. Eric sent this to me so long ago. He sent it to me at the beginning of November. I apologize, Eric. It's taken so long to get to this. And
did he write all that?
He did.
That's amazing.
He wrote that. He wrote. Well, it's got his address. I'm not sure he wants to share it, but he wrote, "Got me a YABO. Hey.
Nice.
And I probably should be opening this on the Aristocob channel. The problem is, it's never where I am. This package is never where I am.
Can't we all just get along? What's this? I gotta do this on this channel. I gotta do it on that channel. Can't we all just share?
We're sharing today. So, Eric, let's see what you have sent. Foam. We were looking forward to some foam. Guess what? He sent us some tobacco that we will be using for Tobacco Advent.
Sweet, thank you.
Eric, you were so far ahead of us requesting tobacco.
Yeah.
You have entered Tobacco Advent. Congratulations. We will put these in bags, throw them on the tree, and we'll talk about these and smoke them later on during the Tobacco Advent.
And make sure you get your commemorative non-smokable ornament.
They're smokable.
Not per the deeming regulations. They're not. They're all just commemorative.
Oh,
Hang them on
they're
the tree.
just ornaments.
Don't put tobacco in them and light them and smoke them. Otherwise, they become tobacco.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for sharing those tobaccos with us, and we absolutely will be including those in Tobacco Advent.
Yeah. So I got a thing to show.
Okay.
If we can do an ISYS, I'm gonna show you something, a little bit of show and tell. So we drove to Paducah, Kentucky this last week, and me, my brother-in-law, and his brother, to move the first load of stuff for my wife's grandparents. This is just a truckload and trailer load full of stuff to go into their new assisted living, one-bedroom mini apartment. And so on that drive, we're driving on 40 West from North Carolina, and it is mandatory to stop at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Now, we were there on Black Friday, and they must have been advertising some killer deals, because I have never seen that place so packed. We had to park in another building's parking lot, another business's parking lot, because their full parking lot was just bursting at the seams.
We've been there on 2 occasions during Thanksgiving.
Yeah?
2 occasions.
Yeah?
Both times going to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and it doesn't matter. Okay, in that area, that area is where Dollywood is located. It's where it's Pigeon Forge. Just south of that is Gatlinburg, and
So it's just people are there.
Pretty much every man whose wife is out looking at and out bargain shopping, they are at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Sorry to be so sexist, but that's the way it is.
Yeah. So so while there, I was suckered into getting just a couple of things. Thankfully, one of them is this apparently disappointing knife. This is a SOG knife. It is assisted opening. It is a little bit disappointing. You can't just press. Well, that time it did it. It's a little weak on the spring.
Can you adjust the tension on
you might be able to. It does have a lifetime warranty, so if this is not the way it's supposed to do, I'll send it back. But it's got a finger stud. It's a lock back, which I prefer. It also has a lock for the lock back, so you can lock it shut or open or closed.
That's nice.
This is they normally sell this for $80. Sells for $50 on Amazon. Got it for $20.
You're kidding me.
No.
It was in the doesn't quite open bin?
No, it was in clear plastic packaging. It was a great deal. You got a weak finger. Yeah, I think so. Or give it a flick. It flicks open just fine. I know, with an assisted open, you don't want to flick open. You got to, flick it like a man. Just a little bit of a... There you go. It's better. So the guys I was with, they were harassing me for carrying such a small knife, for buying such a small knife. As I was pointing out to them, in my younger days when I didn't have a professional job, I carried a big mamma jamma, and have learned that there's nothing I can't do with this that I couldn't do with a knife twice that size.
Yeah.
Or strike that, reverse it. Nothing they can do with a knife twice that size I couldn't do with this. You don't need a big knife to get the job done. But while we were walking around the store, and we were there for 2.5 hours, we looked at everything. While we were walking around, we kept finding piles, just stacks of this one knife that was on sale, and it was deeply discounted. And it's everywhere. So if you've not been to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, they've got multiple levels. They've got just display cases everywhere. But then in between a lot of these, they've got bins of things, kind of like if you go to Harbor Freight or Walmart, you've got almost like your junk bins, your cheap stuff bins, the things that they have on sale. Some of the stuff is good, most of it's garbage, and we just kept seeing these packages about this big, and it's a SOG, and SOG is a good name brand knife. That's what this one is. They come with lifetime warranties. And every time we pass it, we're like, here it is again. What is the deal? And a lot of them look like they had water on them, like there was some sort of water damage. But there was no water damage to the box. And so finally we wound up by the SOG booth. And we were talking to one of the guys there and said, what is the deal with these knives? From where we were standing at the SOG booth, we could see, without moving, 6 different places that they had these knives in piles for sale. And I said, what's the deal? It looks like they were water damaged. He said, yeah, they've oiled them. I don't know why they oiled them, because it's a carbon steel that doesn't need to be oiled. So he's like, I don't know why they did that, which makes them harder to sell. But instead of buying 100 boxes, we bought 100 cases or something. It was a purchasing mishap, and he said, we have thousands of these things, and they're not selling like we would want them to. And sure enough, behind the counter, he had boxes of these knives. And so normally it was sold for $30. It was $8.99. And we're like, it's so impractical, but all three of us just had to get one. And so this comes in a decent sheath. It's got a lifetime warranty on it. This is a
What?
Yeah, a spear knife that we're like, okay, I mean, you're not ever gonna use this practically. But as we looked at it a little bit further, we saw that this end of it, this edge, is completely bladed. So it's not just a point. It's a blade. You could use this to hack something with. This end has a short blade on it, but then the handle screws in. This is high quality plastic.
Hold on, this is the handle.
But it can accept a...
That's the standard thread used by a broom
handle.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, all right. So you could attach it to a broom handle. That could be fun. And then we saw on the package that they're advertising it as a throwing knife. And with this attachment on, because this handle is such a high quality plastic, it's got just a perfect throwing knife heft to it. It is well balanced with the handle, because the handle makes the back end heavy. And so we each grabbed one. We're like, okay. Actually, what happened is the two guys I was with, they said, I'll get one if you get one. It was one of those situations. So we took it, and when we got to my wife's, you can see there's still oil on it.
Show that up close about how heavy and thick that is right there. I thought that was just like some thin sheet metal material. No. That is a huge, heavy billet of steel, or is it aluminum?
Where's your caliper? You have a caliper?
Other room.
Okay. Yeah, that's what? 1/4 inch thick?
Yeah.
It's a 1/4 inch thick.
Wow.
Each of us may have taken handles off of things.
May have.
The handles broke before the knife did. We all three of us broke the broom handles off inside of the blade.
It's got a set screw, so you could lock it.
Can you?
Yeah. I'm guessing.
I almost, at this point, okay, so when we got back to North Carolina, my brother-in-law's brother actually got a wooden broom handle and attached it. That was significantly better. It works. It works really, really well. But it is fun. It is a fun little knife to just throw, and it flies well.
Would you guess that Smoky Mountain Knife Works would have some of those available on their website?
I'm not sure, but it would be worth a check. And if they're offering free or reduced shipping, we talked about maybe stopping back on the way home and getting a couple more, because it's such a good deal. I mean, it's totally impractical, but it's fun. You know, the last time I went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, I bought some throwing stars, and those were just a lot of fun. This is nice. You know, there are a couple ways that you can throw knives if you're unfamiliar. The easiest way is you pace it. You pace it out, and if you stand a certain distance away, throwing it just like you've seen knife throwers do, just like that, with a full rotation or full rotations, it's going to hit every single time, as long as you're throwing it
a reliable
roughly
pace.
at a reliable pace. There are other ways you can throw with a non-rotation, which is a lot harder to do. But yeah, we were getting sick into trees and benches and other stuff.
I think I'll be checking Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and maybe I'll be checking it in January when they realize how many they didn't sell at Christmas time.
I can't imagine. I mean, they have to have thousands. There were 2 or 3 piles in every single room we went into. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it's the only item in the store that we saw like that. And every time we saw them, we were like, "What is the deal with this?" It's a good brand. It's looked to be a quality build. I wouldn't ever pay $30 for it, but less than 10. I've paid bought a lot of $10 knives that are.
We'll find the link to this on Amazon. Post that below, so at least you can see the knife and see reviews and things like that. Smoky Mountain
Great
Knife
for keeping in
Works,
your car.
Their website's kind of odd. Their URL.
Yeah.
What is their
It's
URL?
smkw.com.
So Google Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
Yeah.
I've been buying from them for years. I mean, 25 years probably.
Yeah.
Of course, when I visit, that makes it a lot easier. But their website, they have a decent catalog too that you can subscribe to. And anyway, you're still smoking. I'm surprised you're still giving that a go. I set mine down.
Doesn't it get
really
better
good.
after the second half?
Mine is really
theory?
good. Yeah, yes it does. All right, so let's wrap this up, boy. Like Seth said, we're in the process of recording Tobacco Advents, so be sure to check that out each day this month leading up to Christmas, and we hope that you are making it a great week.
Yep. And then anticipate a potential January hiatus.
Could happen. It could happen. We're gonna once we get into all of our new homes, we're just gonna take a nap.
Well, and we need our wives to like us a little bit this time of year.
Yep. All right. See you again tomorrow, right
On
here.
Tobacco Advent.